A lot of people tell me if your joints aren't very tight, you can just use Gorilla Glue because Gorilla Glue expands to fill the gaps. Well, I'm not so sure that's such a good idea, so let's try this out. I'm going to glue these two pieces of wood, and I'm just going to wipe this with a moist piece of paper towel to make sure I'm going to have some moisture in the joint. So certainly enough that this will fill the gap all right. And I'm going to put these plastic shims on the corners of the joint, and that will make sure there's going to be a slight gap when I clamp this together. And now the other piece of wood on top. So I've got enough glue in there to completely fill the joint even if it doesn't expand, but I'm assuming that is for the better. So I gave this glue joint a whole week to set, and as you can see it's expanded by quite a lot. But the question is really, how strong is this joint? So let's give it a scientific test. Actually, I was just kidding. Let's really try this. Not very strong at all. So what makes this glue so weak? I think the problem is that it expands. And it expands into a foam, and foam is just not a very good glue. So for instance, here's a dab of glue that I put on this piece of wood. I can just break this stuff. Look at that, it's just bubbles. So why do I even want to flog a dead horse? I already know Gorilla Glue sucks with gaps. The problem is, before I did my breaking test by hand, I prepared a bunch of samples. So I might as well test those in my apparatus to get a reading. Each joint is 4 by 4 centimeters, and I'm extending it out here because I didn't want to waste that much wood, to 20 centimeters. And I'm applying the force with a bottle jack, which is on a bathroom scale, and I've got a camera to record the weight just in case I missed the maximum reading. And I've already adjusted the 0 on here so that it's 0 with the jack already on it. Alright, here goes sample number 1. This is a gapped Gorilla Glue joint, so pumping very carefully. 5, 10, 12, 15, 15, it doesn't go over 15. Yeah, I can just see it yielding, or hear it yielding. Yeah. So about 15 pounds for the Gorilla Glue. Alright, this is sample number 2. It's Gorilla Glue without a gap. And I have to put my hand on there while I'm pumping it because some of these joints are so fragile, just the part falling would wreck it. I think this one might do better because there's no gap in it. 15, 20, 25, 30, 205, 210, no, not quite. 215, wow. 220, 220, I can hear it crackling now. It's about to go. 230, not holding. Yeah, I can't count that. 235. Holy shit! Joint number 3, yellow Elmer's glue with a gap. 210. 210. Whoa! The sample number 4, yellow glue with no gap in it. 190. 195. Uh-oh. Is it gonna pop? I think so. Yep. Sample number 5, Gorilla Glue with no gap, so this one could do fairly decently. 200, 205, 205, and let's wait for that one to pop. Bang. Sample number 6 is yellow glue with no gap in it. 180, 185. It's coming. Whoa! This pin up here is very important just to make sure I apply the force at the right position. Sample number 7, yellow glue with a gap. 205. It's a coming. I have to be careful when I clamp these pieces on here that I'm not pushing against part of the glue joint, because that might bias it one way or the other. Alright, this one's going to be an easy one because it's a gapped Gorilla Glue joint. So I have to crank it very carefully. 10, 15. Let's go. Let's go. About 15 pounds again. At least it's consistent. Joint number 9, Gorilla Glue without a gap. So this last one is another Gorilla Glue joint that's gapped, and I know it'll do pretty poorly, so I'll rely on my own brawn and brute strength. Hurry! I think that reads about 15.35 pounds. Yeah. Well, there's no question that the gapped Gorilla joints performed terribly, but when I tabulated the numbers, I actually found that the ungapped Gorilla Glue joints were a bit stronger than the ones with yellow glue. So Gorilla Glue can make for a fairly strong joint. You just have to make sure your joints are really precise.